Hi, everyone, and welcome back to Senior Living in Orange County, California, where we break down the complex topics and make them easier to understand. Today, we're diving into something that's often shrouded in confusion and complexity, the challenges of probate. If you're dealing with the estate of a loved one or preparing your own estate, this video is for you. We'll cover common issues, provide tips to navigate the process smoothly. Let's get started. Probate is the legal process of settling a deceased person's estate, paying debts, distributing assets, and ensuring everything complies with the law. Sounds straightforward, right? Unfortunately, it's not always that simple. Now that we understand what probate is, let's talk about the challenges that come with it. These hurdles can make the process longer, more expensive, and emotionally taxing for everyone involved. One of the biggest challenges in probate is when there's no valid will. Without one, the court decides how to distribute the estate according to state laws, which might not align with what the deceased would have wanted. This can lead to disputes among family members and lengthy delays. To avoid this, ensure you have a valid, up-to-date will in place. Even when there is a will, it's not always smooth sailing. Disagreements among heirs can result in contested wills. To reduce the risk of this, it's important to clearly communicate your wishes with your family and seek legal advice when drafting your will. Another major hurdle is managing debts and taxes. Creditors must be paid before assets can be distributed, and taxes such as an estate or inheritance taxes can complicate matters further, which is where hiring a probate attorney or financial advisor can make a world of difference. They'll help ensure nothing gets overlooked. Real estate is often a sticking point in probate, whether it's valuing the property, maintaining it during probate, or deciding whether to sell or distribute it. The process can be tricky. To simplify this process, consider hiring a probate realtor who specializes in these situations. They can help navigate the legal and financial aspects of selling or transferring property. Probate is notorious for being time-consuming and expensive. Court fees, attorney fees, and other costs can add up quickly, and the process can drag on for months or even years. Planning ahead can help minimize these issues. Setting up a trust, for example, can bypass probate entirely and save your family time and money. So how can you prepare for probate and avoid these common challenges? Have you ever wondered what happens when a loved one passes away, leaving behind assets, debts, and a will that isn't as clear as it should be? Meet John. Like many of us, he assumed his parents had everything under control. But when his father suddenly passed away, he was thrown into the complexities of probate, dealing with an outdated will, missing financial records, and family disputes. His journey wasn't easy, but he learned valuable lessons along the way. And today, we're going to break down exactly how he tackled each hurdle and how you can too. So let's dive into John's story and uncover the key steps he took to successfully navigate the probate process. As John soon realized, probate isn't just about filing a will. It's about solving problems, handling financial records, and making tough decisions. Here's how he did it. John always thought his parents had everything under control. His dad, a retired teacher, and his mother, who managed the household with meticulous care, seemed to have planned everything. But when his father passed away suddenly, John found himself in the middle of the complicated world of probate. His father had left a will, but it was outdated. It didn't account for newer assets, like a recently purchased vacation home. While the will named John as the executor, it didn't provide clear instructions on how to divide the estate. This lack of detail was the first major hurdle. John filed the will with the local probate court, but the process was far from straightforward. The court required a full inventory of all the assets and debts within the NAP and debts within 90 days, but his father's financial records were scattered across various banks and no central file. It was like trying to piece together a puzzle without all the pieces. After weeks of searching through files and asking his mom for help, John found his father's old email account. This was a breakthrough. It contained digital statements and bank correspondence that helped him locate the missing information. To make sure he didn't miss anything, John hired a forensic accountant. This turned out to be a wise decision, as the accountant uncovered a small investment portfolio and even an unclaimed life insurance policy. Just as things started to look up, new challenges arose. John's siblings, Sarah and Michael, began arguing over the vacation home. Sarah wanted to keep it as their family retreat, while Michael, who lived out of state, wanted to sell it and split the proceeds. The disagreement threatened to stall the entire process. John suggested mediation to resolve the conflict. The mediator helped the siblings find common ground and eventually agree to rent out the property for 5 years, splitting the rental income equally. They would reassess its future use later. It wasn't a perfect solution, but it was a fair one. In addition to resolving family disputes, John had to deal with lingering debts, including credit card balances and a loan his father had taken out for home repairs. He also faced the task of navigating estate taxes. To handle these complexities, John enlisted the help of an estate attorney and tax professional. California residents don't need to worry about estate inheritance or estate tax, as it's 0%. California state must follow the federal estate tax, which taxes certain large estates worth $12.06 million or more in 2022 for single individuals. The state tax can range from 18 to 40%. States valued at less than IRS set amount are exempt from this tax. Together, they ensure the debts were paid in correct order and took advantage of deductions to minimize the state's tax burden. Another roadblock came up with the family home. The title still had an old lien from a mortgage that had been paid off years ago. This issue delayed the process, but John worked with a title company to clear it up by providing proof of payment and updating the records. After 14 months of hard work, John finally closed the probate process. The assets were distributed, the debts were settled, and his mother's financial future was secured. Although the journey was exhausting, it brought the family closer and taught John some valuable lessons. Reflecting on the experience, John realized the importance of planning ahead. He updated his own estate plan, working with professionals to draft a clear will and set up a living trust to avoid probate altogether. He didn't want his family to go through the same challenges. John's story is a testament to perseverance and the importance of seeking professional guidance. Despite the hurdles, he navigated the probate process and emerged with a stronger family bond and a newfound understanding of the value of preparation. Remember, the more proactive you are, the smoother the probate process will be for your loved ones.